Well, it's Tuesday, the 2nd of September 2025. Good evening and welcome to Science TV Prime News. My name is Chris Mololo. Our sign language interpreter is Gideon Maina, and these are the stories that we have for you tonight. The Independent Electoral and Boundaries Commission, that's IEBC, has released a new set of requirements and qualifications for candidates vying for 24 seats in the upcoming November 27, 2025 by-elections. The guidelines include specific concessions for marginalized groups, particularly persons with disabilities. According to the IEBC, all aspirants must meet citizenship requirements and pay a nomination fee which will vary based on specific seat and candidate category. In a move aimed at promoting inclusivity, the Commission announced a significant reduction in nomination fees for women, youth, and persons with disabilities. Specifically, candidates from these groups seeking a county assembly seat will pay a fee of 10,000 shillings, while other candidates for the same position will pay 20,000 shillings. Now moving on to another story, President William Ruto has announced a multi-billion shilling development plan for Turkana County, declaring that it's time to end the region's long history of marginalization. Speaking at State House Nairobi, where he hosted grassroots leaders from Turkana, President Ruto outlined projects worth over 10.7 billion shillings. The comprehensive plan targets key sectors including infrastructure, health, agriculture, education, and energy, aiming to accelerate the county's growth. At the heart of this transformation is the complete overhaul of the Mailitisa Kitale Kainuk Lokichar Road. President Ruto described the road project as a crucial lifeline that will open up Turkana to greater economic opportunities and access to markets across the country. The government has reaffirmed its dedication to collaborating with foreign countries to boost the development of skills and talents within the nation's technical and vocational education and training, that's TVET institutions. During a prize-giving ceremony for the country's top-performing students on Monday, Education Cabinet Secretary Julius Ogamba urged the learners to increase their efforts in technical and technology-related studies. He stated that these fields align with the objectives of competency-based education (CBE) curriculum. The winners of the competition will have an opportunity to travel to China for further knowledge and skills acquisition. The event was organized by the Ministry of Education in partnership with the Chinese agency ATC. To some other news, the Council of Governors has rejected the Ministry of Health's plan to provide only 1 year of funding for universal health coverage (UHC) staff insisting that any absorption of personnel must be backed by a long-term sustainable financial plan. The standoff emerged during a Tuesday meeting between county chiefs and Health Cabinet Secretary Eden Duale. The governors warned that the ministry's directive to absorb 7,414 UHC workers who were recently cleared through a verification exercise undermines devolution and sidesteps constitutional consultation requirements. The governors are also demanding that the ministry first provide 7.7 billion shillings to cover salaries at the levels approved by the Salaries and Remuneration Commission, SRC, as well as an additional 9.4 billion shillings to clear gratuity payments owed to the UHC staff. They have stated that no staff transfers will be implemented until these funds are disbursed. Former Bungoma Governor Wycliffe Wangamati, along with 9 relatives and several company directors, have been charged with fraudulent procurement and money laundering in a case involving over 271 million shillings. Now, according to the charge sheet, the accused face 27 counts, including fraudulent procurement, conflict of interest, and acquisition of the proceeds of the crime. The charges stem from an investigation into alleged financial misconduct during Wangamati's tenure as governor. Following his arraignment, Wangamati was released on a 5 million shillings bond or a cash bail of 1.5 million shillings. At the same time, Bomet Governor Hilary Barchok was also brought before the court and charged with corruption. Barchok, who was arraigned alongside Wangamati, pleaded not guilty to 3 charges, which include conflict of interest, fraudulent acquisition of funds, and using the proceeds of crime. This follows an ongoing crackdown on corruption within the highest ranks of the government.
A bond of 5 million, in the alternative a cash bail of 1.5 million. These terms also apply to the accused number 6 and 7. Are we clear? Yes. Okay. So then we have the second and third accused, and their bonds have been set at 1 million, and in the alternative a cash bail of 400,000 each. These terms also apply to the 5th accused. The 4th accused is a bond of 10 million, in the alternative a cash bail of 2.5 million. The 8th accused is a bond of 8 million, in the alternative a cash bail of 2 million. And then we have accused 9, 10, and 11 banded together. Each of them a bond of 1 million, in the alternative a cash bail of 200.
The Kenya National Union of Teachers, the Kenya National Union of Teachers, that is NAT, has issued a stern warning to the new Teachers Service Commission, TSC leadership, urging them to stop using politicians in the recruitment process of new teachers through political rallies. Speaking through its national deputy chairman, Malel Langat, the union stated that the involvement of politicians in teacher recruitment has left many graduates who completed their studies years ago unemployed. Langat emphasized the need for the TSC's established recruitment procedures to be strictly followed when hiring teachers. NAT's warning comes amid growing concerns that political interference is undermining merit-based hiring, creating an unfair system that disadvantages qualified candidates who lack political connections. The union insists that the TSC, as an independent constitutional commission, must maintain the integrity of its recruitment process to ensure that only the most deserving candidates are hired to serve in primary schools across the country.
Kama chama tunasema walimu wapewe nafasi, waajiriwe, kusiwe na ile ubakuzi ambao ilikuwa imetokea ili ya kisiasa. Wanasiasa walikuwa wameingilia kiasi ya kwamba wanaenda wanatoa barua huku alafu wanauza wao wenyewe. Hiyo ndio hatutaki. Wakati huu tumeambia Teacher Service Commission, we have a new CEO anaitwa Mitei, Evelyn Mitei, ya kwamba kusiwe na mambo kama hayo.
We are only talking about the issues of hardship allowances for our teachers. That one should not be touched by the Teacher Service Commission. And so far we thank the Teacher Service Commission and the government for having complied to that. But as the NAT Executive Secretary Olkejuado, I still want to reinstate that the hard to staff areas that were earlier on reviewed by TSC should also be reinstated back and affirmative action implemented fully in Kajiado.
And lastly, as the IEBC prepares to launch a new voter registration drive on September 29th, leaders from pastoralist communities are calling on their people to turn out in large numbers to register. The leaders have highlighted the importance of the exercise, urging community members to take advantage of the opportunity to register as voters when the drive officially begins. Their appeal aims to address the historic low voter registration numbers in these regions, which often leads to underrepresentation in national politics.
Na PS Umi, nyinyi ambao mko na kwa nchi kafu, I need you to maybe do a committee ya kuhakikisha ya kwamba resources are mobilized, sisi tuweze kupata kitu inaitwa kipande, so that we can also be that tyranny of numbers.
We have known and we have seen even resource distribution wise, resources are actually distributed based on the numbers, the voters. So it is a call to action, especially for our community, especially those who are far-flung areas, to come up and turn up in large numbers to do registration.
Tamu yake 2032, bas mtu wa nchi kafu mtu ambaye amekuwa amebaguliwa ndio atakuwa nini? Rais.
That is why some people think that we are few. It's because our people have taken registration for granted. I want to lead that exercise with a lot of energy to make sure that our people will register in very, very large numbers.
Well, that's it for the news updates. At this point, we are going to take a short break. When we come back, we'll be letting you know what's happening in the world of sports. See you shortly.